Oh, we plan on cracking the code over here, Reed. So, Mr. Buffett, be sure to make that check out to the daily Iowan TV sports staff. You can trust us not to spend it all in one place. Kevin Glick flying solo here in the Daily Iowan TV sports studio. Our film room is heading mat side with our wrestling insider Cody Goodwin, fresh off available Tuesday afternoon with the number 2 ranked Iowa wrestlers. But we start with our Whip Around crew, who are out in the field with a special Tuesday edition of the Whip Around. Guys?
Thanks, guys, and welcome to a special Tuesday evening edition of the Whip Around. I'm Danny Payne here at the Campus Recreation and Wellness Center, home of both the Iowa men's and women's swim teams. Both teams were in competition over the weekend. The men did not have much luck. They fell to Indiana and Mizzou. However, on the women's side, Becky Southton did turn around some of that bad luck from the men's as they beat both Mizzou and the University of Illinois, but did fall to Indiana. Both teams are going to travel to Evanston, Illinois this weekend for a matchup with the Northwestern Wildcats. Now, for more on women's basketball, let's send it over to Jalen Sochak, who's standing by. Jalen?
Thanks, Danny, and we'll continue the good news here for the women's basketball team as they just snapped an almost 16-year losing streak at Ohio State. Freshman Ali Dissertoff started in her first collegiate start, where she also posted her first double-double of the season with 24 points and 10 rebounds in Iowa's 81-74 victory in Columbus. And now we'll toss it to Taylor Axelson, who's standing by with the latest on the men's and women's gymnastics team. Taylor?
Thanks, Jalen. The men's and women's teams both competed this past week, but neither of them did so hot. The women's team lost their road opener against Ball State, scoring their highest with a 48.2 on the floor. The men were over in the Windy City, where they landed in 5th place out of 6 teams. So that's it for your Tuesday evening whip around. See you guys later.
Jalen, of course, following up on last night's update from Columbus, where Bluter's bunch may have just turned the corner in the meat of their Big Ten schedule. Coach and company all smiles after their first win in Columbus since the late 90s.
You know, I thought we had a great focus going into this game. Focus on the scouting report, focus in practice, but also throughout this game. You know, we didn't let their runs rattle us. And anytime you're playing the road, you're going to withstand some challenges by your opponent. They're playing in their home court, and I thought we withstood those very well today.
I just really tried to be aggressive from the start. Did have a few nerves at the beginning, but it worked out pretty well.
And we're all just really fired up and pumped up for this game. We knew we were going to come in here and execute really well, and we just came out with a lot of energy.
Iowa wrestling also making noise over the winter months, most recently with an easy victory on the road in Lincoln versus Nebraska, but most impressively over now ranked 5th Oklahoma State in front of the packed house in Carver Hawkeye Arena. Certainly still a substantial gap between the nation's first and second ranked teams after Cale Sanderson's Nittany Lions gave Brands and company the business back in December, something not lost on head coach Tom Brands.
I mean, individually, you're getting ready for individual matchups, so you just, you know, it's more about us doing what we can do to the opponent. It's always that way. Some programs want to strategize according to their opponent. We want to use what we do well and put it on our opponent.
If I was planning on making a run at a title in 2014, All-American Tony Ramos will almost certainly have to get back on track after slipping up in a few matches before the calendar year. We now welcome our insider Cody Goodwin onto the set. And Cody, what have you seen from Ramos this year that indicates that he can make a run for a title?
It's more that what I haven't seen, Kevin, and what we haven't seen yet from Tony Ramos is his best wrestling. You see a clip up there, he's wrestling Oklahoma State's John Morrison up there, who was the formerly ranked #1 wrestler at 133 pounds. But Ramos just hasn't been able to bring out his best. He's still 18-2, 15 of those wins by bonus points, but we haven't seen him peak yet. And that's one key word in wrestling. We want to see them peak, but they want to peak in March where it matters the most.
Yeah, it looks like he's on his way there, though, after that win in Morrison against Oklahoma State. And let's look at the film here. How did he finish this match off in the last 20 seconds?
Well, you can see there, he gets in on a shot against Oklahoma State's John Morrison, and at this point in the match, it's still real tied up, but Morrison goes for a scramble. Tony knows it's coming. He's able to drop there, sink a half, turns into a 5-point move, and what you can't see really is the crowd on their feet. I'm sure you'll get a shot of it later, but he's able to hold Morrison on his back. See, the ref got the count. It turns into a 5-point move. Just huge momentum swing there in that match. You can see the crowd going crazy on their feet, and really that was the difference in that match for Ramos, who was able to actually knock Morrison from the #1 ranked at 133 pounds.
Brands and company, of course, taking on another top-ranked opponent this Saturday against their northern neighbors in the Minnesota Golden Gophers. That's all we have for tonight. For Cody Goodwin, I'm Kevin Glick. Reed, back to you at the desk.
We're bigger, we're deeper, and we're more experienced than we've ever been.
Here's White, ducks it through. Cummins gets the step on the drive, score, and a foul.